after Rabbi Masri, story of the Masad Gitin, Nun Zayin Nun Chet, the story of the Churban Yerushalayim, and the special story that they say how part of Am Israel fight and dedicate in life to keep the value of our Torah. I'd like to share with you a commentary by Rabbi Pinkus, Alav Shalom. He bought that from Ramah, that he saw that in the Sefer Lev Eliyahu about some discussion between the prophet Yirmiyahu and Navi. He was in the first temple. He was discussed with a Platon. A Platon was Chacham Yevani, philosopher from Greek. And there was discuss about what? He saw, the Platon saw Yirmiyahu Navi kind of feel bad about the wood was in the temple of Jerusalem, the Bet HaMikdash, the avanim, the rocks, the bricks. So he told him, why you feel bad from this material? Why you feel bad what's happened? You have to think about the future. And look the dialogue between them. Amar lo Yirmiyahu. Yirmiyahu told him, you the smart man, if everybody think you smart man? I have a reason. Everything in life have a reason. You smart. Probably have some question. I am prophet of Hashem. Ask whatever you want to ask. And Platon told him, I have a lot of questions, but nobody can answer me. This philosopher, Greek philosopher, they were smart people. Rambam mentioned them. But the difference between Yirmiyahu Navi, the Chacham, the Jewish Chacham, and the philosopher, I have a lot of questions. Chazak u'Baruch, I have a question. Nobody can resolve this problem, this thought. He asked the prophet Yirmiyahu all the questions, and he answered him by one, with a lot of satisfaction, with a lot of detail. Look what Platon answered him. The philosopher said, I think I stand front angel in Chokhmah and not from a human being. I can't believe. In other words, he answered him perfectly. So the question is, we have two examples in the history of there were the first temple and the second temple, two non-Jewish that react different totally when something happens in their life. If somebody has a business, good business, and he lost the business, and the expert come and tell him, the advisor tell him, you know what, you lost the business? Because you ought to open the business only 5 hours a day. You cannot survive. Open 12 every one. Say, no, I'm okay. He lost the business. He continued to work for 5 hours. He lost everything. He never listened to the expert. The philosophy is the same. Yirmiyahu Navi gives the answer. said, thank you, Chazak u'Baruch. In Hebrew, say, עד שתמה פילוסוף אם העומד לפניו הוא אדם, או שמא מלאך המלא בחוכמה נפלאה. Amazing. So if you hear somebody is expert, חוכמה נפלאה, wisdom from the Torah, you don't have a desire to say, maybe teach me some Torah. I come tomorrow to the class. He stayed the same like philosopher. He died like that. And shalom aleich nafshi. From the other side, we found Neron. Neron, Caesar, Roma, Caesar Roma, was the opposite totally. They sent him to destroy Jerusalem. And he was very smart. But he was ish emet. When he sent him to destroy Jerusalem, he said, I know what something happened here. They send me destroy it. I will destroy it. And then God punish me. I know this God. He make it in Egypt. He make it doing all the history, the world history. I don't want to pay the price. Say, okay, make a test. He took heads, he threw to Jerusalem. He come back to him. He threw the west, north, all the sides. He come back to him, say, no, I am not destroying Jerusalem. We learn in the morning about that. And Chachamim say, so he has a problem. On one side, he believe in Hashem. He said, they have Koch Elyon, Koch Mayor, Koch Almighty here. But I am Caesar, I am Caesar. If I say I want to be Jew, they will kill me. You know what he say? He said to his friend, tell everybody, I became a Shugane. I became a drug. I lost my mind. And I go to India now. I cannot be in the army anymore. And he went to Jerusalem. And he converted to Judaism. And became part of the Torah. And his grandchild was Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes. Look the difference. The philosopher, Greek philosopher, he said his word, Chokhmah niflaa, Yirmiyahu, you resolved my question for many years. But he stayed philosopher. He stayed in his life. Neron, Caesar, when he saw something special, he said, hey, what is the message for me? I want to be part of this successful nation. I want to be part of so successful Talmidei Chachamim. I want my house, my kids, for many generations will be in the Torah life. It's not easy. But if I start, I have a possibility that will be like that. And that was the reason we're sitting on the floor now. Maybe people is far away from the Torah, is in moving on now. We don't know, Chas v'Shalom. Because no knowledge. We have a knowledge. We take the history of our nation, what's happened today, in the last, from the Midbar, in the last 2,800 years ago in the desert. What's happened there? TISH'A B'Av started in the desert. Atem bechitem bechiya shel chinam. Hashem said to the Jewish nation, you was crying with no reason, I give you a reason to cry. That's why in the law of the Avelut, it's not good after the 1 year of mourning, we have to stop. Stop Kaddish, stop crying, stop everything, come back to the reality, come to the life. If not, the Sefarim Kedoshim say, Hashem give you another reason to cry again. It's not good to cry. In general, people has a problem in the business, don't cry. Say, Baruch Hashem, I have business. Some people always, how was the season? Ala panim. Say, Baruch Hashem, I have food to eat. I would help. Be positive in other words. Then what's happened today in the Jewish nation in the last 2,800 years from the Midbar still today is only problem. The TISH'A was problem then. The idea is, Kumi me'afar. The idea is, like the prophet said, we have the power to change the status, the situation. How that? If we understand what's happened in the history. What's happened, why we lost the first temple, Beit HaMikdash in Jerusalem, 2,550 years ago. What's happened there? The generation was the worst generation ever. Idol worship. גילוי עריות, how you say?
Illicit relations. Illicit relations?
Illicit relation. And killing each other. How come the Jewish nation come to this level? Never was. If you go 300 years ago, you cannot find one Jewish in the jail. One. You cannot find that. Today, they have in America. They have a rabbi in the jail. Rabbi Israeli is rabbi of the jails. Yeah? You have rabbi in the army. You have rabbi any place. You have your organization Aleph. They help you to eat kosher in the jail. I know one person from this town. He was in the jail. He was keeping kosher. If they cannot keep living kosher, the jail told him, go home. It's your right to eat kosher. I know some from this town. Go home. They cannot find you for kosher. It's their problem. You go home, but behave. It's amazing what's happening in the world. From one side, we see a lot of Talmidei Chachamim. I see in Jerusalem, I can't believe. Young Talmidei Chachamim, giant. The son of my rabbi, I never meet him. When I learned with his father, he was at home like that. Today he's 35, 40 years old. And I find them by accident. In Shiur Torah, in the YouTube. I can't believe this is the son of my rabbi. I remember like that. I saw one day the rabbi give him pump front me. How come? Talmid Chacham Posek. Today I was say Kaddish Kabal, and I remember him. Chacham Ovadia said, to say Kaddish Kabal in Tefillot of them. He is not agree with his grandfather. Hey, I can talk about Rabbi Ovadia. You imagine which level is it? To discuss with its grandfather, to say Kaddish Kabal, not to say Kaddish Kabal. To say Nachaim, not to say Nachaim. It's amazing. Big Talmid Chacham. Why? Two reasons. First, he know he is in the way of Torah. Torah, it's mean emet. Chotamo shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu emet. Second, he non-stop to learn. He non-stop to learn. That's why he became big. When we saw what's happened to our nation, and the Gemara answered the question, Al ozvam et torati. Everything happened because we disconnect for the source of the Judaism is the Torah. When Am Israel, like in some community we saw, we grow up a lot on Torah. You go to New York, I remember New York 4 years ago, was a lot of synagogue. Not like today, but a lot of synagogue. But not a lot of Bnei Torah. Sorry, with all the respect. Was here, there, no? Today, El Ben Porat Yosef, Bnei Torah non-stop. In New York, in Miami. I was in Miami 4 years ago, make Brit Milah to my nephew. They call us for Minyan, the Sephardi Kehillah. Today they have 200 people every morning there. We grow in Torah, Baruch Hashem. All around the world. That's the report. Yeshiva in Kolel, even this place. 4 years ago, no synagogue here. Only for the Yom Tov or special occasion. Baruch Hashem today, every day we learn Torah. 10,000 kilometers from Jerusalem. And we sit at 10 p.m. now talking about Jerusalem. the only way to receive the gift of Beit HaMikdash HaShlishi, the third Beit HaMikdash, that the Gemara say is ready in the heaven. According to one opinion of Gemara, when we're ready, we come back with special elevator. בשוב השם שיבת ציון היינו כחולמים. Nobody understand. We're like dreaming. How come? It depends of us. If I fix my steps, my habit, my Torah learning, my prayer, they have a big, high possibility that soon we have a Geulah. And everybody will be in Jerusalem. שנזכה לזה, אמן.